With Rivals of Aether 2 having recently released, I wanted to put together some basic tips for learning Orcane in Rivals 2 as a longtime Orcane player in Rivals 1. These are intended to be pretty beginner friendly and cover things players may not have figured out on their own, so hopefully at least one of them will be helpful for you. Let's get started. This first tip is pretty simple, but I've seen some people not know about it. When you use your forward air, down special, or up throw to create bubbles, Orcane can hold a direction on either stick to make the bubbles move at an angle. This can be used to cover your opponent's DI, make it harder to parry, or otherwise mix up these already versatile moves. Next, let's talk about a trick called the double puddle. It's impossible for Orcane to have more than one puddle on stage at a time, and using your neutral special to put down a new puddle will remove the old one as soon as the new droplet lands. However, if you begin a move that would consume a puddle right before it's about to be replaced by a new one, you basically will just get a free empowered strong attack or special while keeping your new puddle on the stage. This is done by using neutral B and then using a strong attack while standing on the old puddle, or using down B to turn the old puddle into bubbles. The most common use of this trick is to get two sets of bubbles one after the other for crazy ledge trapping or stage coverage. This one is a pretty core mechanic for Orcane, but again I've seen some people either not know about it or not understand how it works. If you land while Orcane's Nair is still active, you can keep holding A to bounce off the ground. If you hold down while bouncing, you'll go much higher and can even land on low platforms like the ones on Godai Delta. Nair's hitbox is reactivated when you bounce, so you can hit someone twice while Nair bouncing and then hit fall the second hit for tons of damage and a great combo starter, or you can do the full bounce to cross up shields or go over attacks. This tip isn't necessarily Orcane tech, but it's so good that I think it's worth mentioning for Orcane. Baby dashing is a really strong movement option in Rivals 2, but combined with Orcane's up tilt, it can open up a ton of powerful combos, including chaining baby dash up tilts into each other. There are other tutorials out there to explain the mechanic of baby dashing itself better than I could, but definitely learn it if you want to play this character well and put people in a ton of hurt from every opening, because Orcane's up tilt is really fast, and once you get people off the ground, chaining it into itself can lead to a ton of damage. Another of Orcane's core mechanics in Rivals 2 is the Hydroplane. When you turn around out of Orcane's run, he slides really far. Actions performed out of this slide do not stop his momentum, which leads to a ton of wacky shenanigans, and the most common is the Hydroplane, where you perform a strong attack while turning around. You will begin the attack or be able to continue charging while you slide, which allows you to start your smash attack while approaching, a thing that no other character can really do. This allows him to start up and charge a strong attack while approaching through the slide, and is a really versatile way to keep combos going or find kills, given how strong and fast his smash attacks are. I've already made a video on this tech in more detail, but the Hydroslide, which is turnaround spot dodge out of run, is a full stage movement option that is as fast as Orcane's normal run while being invincible for 14 frames, or enough to dodge even long moves like Rano's side special. This allows you to approach through attacks and projectiles, or just reset to neutral on the other side of the stage if you feel like you're in a bad position. Check out the video on my channel for more info on how to perform the Hydroslide and its potential applications. The Hydroslip is Orcane's best way to quickly get deep off stage for an edge guard. If you do a turnaround as you're starting to run off stage and then input neutral B, you'll send a droplet back towards stage and throw yourself in the other direction with a ton of momentum. This is great for challenging low recoveries, or even just threatening to cover something like Crag Pillar, while always having the option to teleport safely back to the stage if you need to bail out. Orcane's best way to reach ledge in Rivals 2 is to run towards the ledge, and then input a turnaround when he's close, and shield. Because of his low friction, he will keep sliding towards the ledge, and will go from shielding to grabbing the ledge really quickly. This is both faster and more consistent than wave dashing to ledge if you have the room to set it up, allowing for sneaky ledge hogs or quick invincible aerials from ledge to up your edge guarding game. Moving on to recovery tips, this one is really simple. If you tap or hold down while performing a side B, Orcane will reappear lower than where he started. Combine this with shortening your side Bs to create a ton of recovery mix-ups, such as going for a wall jump by teleporting right below the ledge rather than teleporting straight to the ledge while they're holding it. Next up, Orcane can wall jump out of his puddleless up B. Unlike most vertical recovery moves, which do not allow for wall jumps after using them in Rivals 2, you can recover from the depths of the blast zone by using an Orca Hop, aka double jump and up B at the same time, wall jumping, and then using your air dodge and a second up B to gain insane vertical height without even using your puddle. And remember, even if you have a puddle on stage, you can still perform a puddleless up B or an Orca Hop by just inputting shield while doing your up B to not consume the puddle and instead do the puddleless up B. Speaking of wall jumps, if you wall jump below the ledge, but you don't have your double jump or air dodge to get back on stage, you can B reverse your neutral B to turn that momentum from the wall jump back towards stage and move back towards the ledge or even get on stage with a droplet in front of you to protect you. This is a great mix-up, especially when combined with a side B or an Orca Hop recovery. If you're on the ledge and trying to make it back on the stage, remember that you don't need to get off the ledge immediately. If you jump from the ledge and use a neutral B, you can put a puddle on stage and then re-grab the ledge afterwards to refresh your invincibility. This can be used to set up a puddle to threaten your opponent as they try to keep you in the corner, or just make sure you've got another recovery option available if you get caught off stage with no puddle in sight. Last but not least, Orcane has one of the best high recoveries in the game if you know how to use it. Because his forward air sends him backwards, anytime you get hit towards the top left or top right corners, you can use your down B or neutral B out of hit stun to turn around and then forward air back towards the stage. Doing this lets you keep access to your jump and air dodge, in case you need them, so that even if your opponent can predict this high recovery option, they still might not be able to read and punish exactly where you're going to land because you can mix them up with your jump, air dodge, or B reversing a neutral B in order to mix up your momentum even further. That's all for today's video. Hopefully you learned something new about Orcane, and feel free to subscribe for more videos, since I plan to do additional Orcane guides and gameplay highlights in the future. Thanks for watching!